we're gonna go right back into the film noir thing. And Chris, we're gonna have you give us what are your top three, at least top three, favorite noir films before we hop into the show's main subject.
Yeah. Had to think about this one for a sec because, like, I mean, across all the different genres of noir crossing over with like sci-fi and like Blade Runner and stuff, like, I always kind of had issues with like them being noir. I know it's more like noir by definition. Let's see here. A genre of crime film or fiction characterized by cynicism, fatalism, and moral ambiguity.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
That's definitely what it started out with because those films were really what sold for its time, and pre-code that's when they really or no post when we were in the code and everything in which like there was like a huge censorship. That's when I think noir really started to experiment in subgenre matter, you know.
yeah,
But yeah,
uh,
we think of the dark shadows and all that. But sorry.
yeah. I just can't. I always like when I think noir, I think like a lone like detective uncovering a mystery and like it blows up into a whole conspiracy, and like either he like changes with it or he can't change it or he like gets away from it, something like that.
Chinatown.
So yeah, Chinatown.
Chinatown.
Chinatown. Chinatown is actually the first one on my list here.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's number one right there. If our uh, script professors are watching this, yeah, Chinatown, you beat it in our brains.
They did, and
Like,
there was
for
a
a
good
good
time I
reason.
hated that movie with a fucking passion, like Silence of the
Really?
Lambs. Yeah, but
Yeah.
like also too when I read Chinatown and I watched it, it's kind of like my fascination with vampire. It's you always discover something new every time you watch or read it. You discover
Yeah.
something new, and that's when you definitely know you made an amazing piece of film, of cinema. It's when you can go back and you'll always discover something new.
Yeah. And kind of trying to keep that like in the same time period. L.A. Confidential, which is I guess takes place of like 20 years later, right? Or it's about the same time period, right?
L.A. Confidential.
1950s.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you
that
ever
was
seen
supposed to be the
L.A.
50s.
Confidential?
I have
Yeah,
not, but I've heard of it. That's the one with Kevin Spacey, right?
Kevin Spacey. Yeah,
I think that man's
hopefully.
still. Oh no, that man's not sitting in jail. Ah, shit.
Yeah, no, I think he's free. Russell Crowe, Guy Pearce, James Cromwell, like Kim
That's a great
Basinger.
cast.
Yeah, like fantastic. And Kim Basinger, like she's got that femme fatale
Mm-hmm.
aspect of the noir film that you always look for. You need to have that dangerous looking femme fatale, you
I
know?
think that was her
Just
last big film. She
really,
disappeared after the 90s. I think she went to television.
maybe.
I yeah, but yeah,
Follow her career
LA
too
Confidential I
closely.
think was like her last big film. But yeah, she does
Yeah,
fill the film fatale role very very well.
yeah. So like, yeah, just uh I I remember watching this and being like just super impressed with Guy Pearce's character and like how he's like the idealistic cop that you like want on the force, who it just kind of scoffs at all the corruption that he sees, and by the end of the film he's taking advantage of it because
Yeah.
he just went through this whole thing of trying to like get rid of all the corrupt cops and the corrupt boss that is behind all the just drugs and stuff that they were investigating.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that just because like at the end he kind of gets a win, and Russell Crowe's character
Is he the bad
gets
guy?
no. I mean, he's kind of the guy that is helping Guy Pearce,
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
he's he's like the older cop that's kind of likes to do the gray stuff. He's in the gray area more on morally
Oh, is he
speaking.
kind of like more just like he was kind of beaten into the submission, so it is what it is?
Kinda. I mean, yeah. You'd have to see it. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
it. I
yeah.
think I got it
I'm
on
gonna
my
have
bed.
to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great little noir film. Just my favorite scene is the interrogation scene when he's like tricking the two guys into uh spilling information on each other. It's just like so well handled.
Nice.
And my last noir film is kind of a really gritty, hard one. To Live and Die in L.A. if you, we were
Yeah,
speaking about
that
this
was
one
that
before,
was
right?
the one where you were telling me that before we recorded, and I kept getting the James Bond movie, To
Yeah.
Live and Let Die.
To Live and Let Die. But yeah, no, it's a great little movie about I think they're trying to like find counterfeiters and stop them,
Yeah,
and it's pretty gritty. And you see William Peterson from CSI, the original CSI, in a really like gritty role. I mean, he's always kind of done darker roles in the past with like Manhunter and what was that Stalker movie uh,
Manhunter.
about like no
I was like, it
he
felt fit.
plays
It
the
bleeds in.
father of this daughter who starts dating this like really obviously like terrible little dude. He's like an abusive boyfriend and just kind of psychotic. Um,
Oh,
and like the guy ends up like kind of kidnapping the daughter, and like it turns into this whole thing. But yeah, William Peterson's just a really hard actor. He's really good film.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's like, yeah, that was another one that we talked about before recording, where it's like, oh, okay, this is another movie in which somehow I'm gonna have to fit in my busy ass schedule to like
Yeah.
fucking to record, because it's all like, all right, it's like, how the hell am I gonna fucking how am I gonna find time to watch all these great movies and everything? And it's like I'm constantly busy, but I will make time, because I
You
make
gotta
time.
have
I
like
make time
a
for this podcast. This podcast with the top lists and whatever scripts we read. It makes me watch the movies, and I mean, even if I can't get a hold of them, at least the script is like a really good basis of idea and imagery that I can get.